Good afternoon, folks. My name is Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. But of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant that led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know, and we'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Y'all solemnly swear affirm to tell truth, whole truth, none but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Wendy Cotter. Afternoon, Wendy. What's your date of birth?
2/29/84.
All right, Wendy, the first thing I have is a warrant that was signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for violation of probation. And there's a second warrant. This one was signed by Judge Rupi. She found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself, you're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
A public defender.
I'm going to appoint the public defender for you, Wendy. The bond on both of those is no bond. I can't change that. The felony VOP is coming back December 10th. The misdemeanor VOP is actually going to come back December 6th. I changed the date on that one. Public defender is going to come see you about both cases before you go to court again, okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Jennifer Harper. Afternoon, Jennifer. What's your date of birth?
January 23rd, 1985.
All right, Jennifer, you're here on a warrant out of Citrus County. Apparently, you failed to appear in front of, I think it was Judge Yerman. Yerman.
Actually, I went to court that day. I wasn't ready to go to jail or take it to trial, so he said he was going to leave the bench warrant, and then I would have some time to get my affairs in order.
Okay.
But I actually went to court that day.
Okay, well, whatever happened, Judge Yerman issued a warrant for your arrest with no bond on it. So I'm here to tell you that's what it is. I'm going to give Citrus County 5 days to come and get you. I won't take 5 with Citrus, but if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me, and I'll find out what the holdup is, all right?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Tiana Musacaro. Morning, miss. What's your date of birth?
3/21/86.
All right. The charge this afternoon is driving under the influence. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
No convictions, Your Honor.
All right. Tiana, I have an address for you on Turnbridge Road in Port Richey. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you been there?
3 years.
And do you have a job these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm a hairdresser.
Okay. Do you do that here in Hernando County or Pasco County?
Trinity, Pasco.
Trinity. Okay. All right. Tiana, I'll set your bond at $500. I'll have you back in court on December 6th. When you get out, very important that you contact the public defender's office, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Sarah Talbin. Afternoon, ma'am. What's your date of birth?
Hey, 2/6/1979.
All right. I've got 3 charges today. I've got aggravated battery, I believe, on a person 65 or older, I have witness tampering and resisting without violence. The battery is domestic in nature. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, sir, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, I guess.
I'll appoint the public defender. State what he'd tell me.
Mr. Halpin, adjudication in 2016 for utter forged bills, check drafts, or notes. A failure to appear adjudication in 2013, and in 2013 an adjudication for resisting without violence, and a possession of a controlled substance adjudication in 2013, a possession of paraphernalia adjudication in 2013, dealing traffic stolen property adjudication in 2013, 2013 adjudication with 2012 adjudication withheld for retail grand theft, adjudication withheld. No other history on.
Okay. Yes, sir. I have an address for you on Orion Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you been there?
Since April.
Do you have a job these days?
I'm on disability.
Okay. On counts 1 and 2, I'm going to set your bond at $2,000. On count 3 at $1,000. That's a total of $5,000. Condition of all 3 of those bonds is that you'll have no contact with Clarence Bailey. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message. You don't contact him through any social media. You don't have a third person contact him. Don't go where he lives. Don't go where he works. You don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting him, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if he wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear his voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see him, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that he cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision he's allowed to make. He may indeed go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges. He may tell them he's not interested in pursuing this matter, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or your lawyer or the judge on your case tells you the charges have dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, I have to hold you in the jail up until 4 o'clock today, so that if he wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only would you get your bond revoked here, but you'd get new charges for violating the injunction. I'm going to have you back in court on the 10th of December. Very important, Sarah, that when you get out, you contact the public defender's office right away, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Gloria Tilden. Afternoon, Miss Tilden. What's your date of birth?
5/8/50.
Miss Tilden, you're here on a charge of battery on a person 65 or older. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please.
Appoint the PD, state.
No history, Your Honor.
All right. And Gloria, I have an address for you on Cessna Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir, today LS.
All right. That's a Spring Hill assisted living facility, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Miss Scher lives there too, right?
I didn't hear you, sir.
Miss Scher, Elizabeth Scher, she lives there too, right?
I don't know who she is. I'm sorry.
Okay. She's the alleged victim.
Oh,
All right.
I guess I didn't.
Is it, I think it should be, possible for you to go back to Spring Hill ALF and stay away from her?
She lives in the same facility,
Okay.
same building.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't have no problem with it. I can just stay in my bedroom until lunchtime, breakfast time, supper time.
okay. Well, that's what we're going to do. Because here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Tillman. I'm going to set your bond at $500. Condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Miss Scher, but that's on you. Okay. You have to
Yes.
avoid her. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because if the two of you get in a scrape again, you might be back in jail without bond. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so When you see her, you turn around and go the other way as fast as you can. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. I'm going to have you back in court on the 10th of December. So after you get out, I want you to contact the public defender's office right away, all right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
You too.
Sorry.
Edward Klein? After Mr. Klein, what's your date of birth?
11089.
It's probably a warrant for you out of Pasco. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for a grand theft. Set your bond at $2,500. I can't change that. If you can post the bond here, you can go down to Newport Richey, find out when they want you back in court. If you can't post it, we'll let Pasco County know. I'll give them 5 days to come get you. It does not take 5 days with Pasco, but if for some strange reason you're still here in 5, they'll bring you back to see me. We'll find out what the problem is, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Conrad Cunningham?
Sir.
Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
October 6, 1986.
Got 2 charges today, Mr. Cunningham. It's domestic battery by strangulation and domestic battery, a simple battery. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
All right. I'll point the PD. State.
An adjudication withheld for a battery in 2018, and no other history, Your Honor.
Okay. And Conrad, I have an address for you on Greystone Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
3.5 years.
Okay.
Almost 4 years.
Was Miss Morris living there with you? Looks like the whole issue here was she was leaving.
Yes.
Okay.
She was in the process. We're in the process then.
All right. And do you have a job these days?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
Truck driver.
Okay. All right. We'll set the bond at $1,000 on each case. That's a total of $2,000. Condition is that you have no contact with Ms. Morris. Did you hear me explain no contact a little bit ago?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. We're also going to hold you till 4 p.m., so if she wants to serve you with a civil injunction, we know where to find you. I'll have you back in court on the 10th of December. Very important that you contact the public defender's office when you get out, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Ryan Cutting? Afternoon. Oh, this is the case from yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is the VOP because of the new Willis, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how is he doing on his probation otherwise?
He completed his DUI school. He had not finished his treatment. So I don't know if he finished it or not.
Okay.
But I know he was
No,
still in treatment.
Okay. He's still in treatment, Ryan?
Yes, I paid off all the fines and the community service hours. I just that was the treatment that helped me out.
Okay. Is there anything besides the treatment that's not?
No, it's not. It's just the treatment.
Just the new law then. And Mr. Larison, does the state have an offer on the new law, or what were they looking for? And now he's got 2 days credit, by the way.
And he was on probation for a DUI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he, like Miss Nettie said, he had gotten the vast majority of that done.
Due to him getting the majority of that accomplished and not having significant history in some time, I let him do time served.
On the new one. Okay. And then, clerk friends, you want to look up the case number on the new one?
On the new one?
Yeah, somebody's got it.
2019
Thank you.
CC 29.
Try that again, Unicorn. 29 what?
89.
There it is. Okay, so Ryan, here's what I propose. You can plead to the driving on a suspended license case. I'll give you time served of 2 days. It'd be a fine and court cost. That'd be something else you'd have to pay before you get your driver's license back.
Yes, sir.
And then I would just go ahead and terminate your probation. We'll call it an unsuccessful term because there's stuff left over, but then you're done. I would encourage you to continue with whatever counseling they ordered because
Yes, sir.
it'll make a difference for you down the road. But then both of these cases will be done today. You're out the door this afternoon and getting on with your life. Is that something you'd like to do?
I would love to do that, sir.
Very
Please.
good. All right, so we'll do the new case first, case number 19CT2989. You understand by entering a plea in that case, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer, but you wanted to give up those rights so that we can take care of that case today.
Yes, sir.
Then as to the charge that you drove knowing your license was suspended or revoked, how do you wish to plead? You may plead no contest.
Guilty.
Accept the guilty plea, find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail, credit 2 days served. Fine and court cost is $450 and your cost of incarceration. And then in this case, Ryan, which is 19CT59, by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have a trial to the court, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to have a lawyer, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve this case as well.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Then as to that case number, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
Accept the admission, find it was freely and voluntarily made. I will revoke and terminate the probation unsuccessfully. Sentence you to 2 days, credit 2 days. It'll be $100 cost of prosecution for the state attorney's office. But that takes care of everything, Ryan. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you'll be released today. You got a little more money to pay before you get a license. Remember not to drive until you get a license. And I hope very much that you'll continue with whatever counseling program you're on, all right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Good luck.
Did you want a D6 DUI condition?
Yes. Well, yes, because it's just the counseling. So, keep her hobby. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
12/21/90.
All right. You're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He believes you failed to appear in front of him on August 12th on a charge of grand theft. Did you have a lawyer on this case, Kiefer?
Yes, I do.
Public defender or private?
Public defender.
We'll continue the appointment of public defender. He set your bond at $10,000 and then specially set you for November 15th, so that's where you go. PD will come and see you before court, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Paul Hovis. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
6/10/84, sir.
Paul, I got 3 charges today: trafficking in methamphetamine, possession of controlled substance, hydrocodone, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, would you like to represent yourself? You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll appoint the PD. State. I know he's got an open case, but I think it's related to this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I'm showing the open case. And then I have an adjudication in 2017 for Willis. The adjudication in 2016 for a Berg. Adjudication in 2016 for, it looks to be some sort of paraphernalia charge. 8th Willis felony adjudication in 15. Pretrial diversion on marijuana possession in 2004.
All right. And Paul, get an address for you on Maiden Lane in Arapika. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
20 years.
You got a job these days?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of work do you do?
I do landscaping.
All right. How long you been in jail right now?
Since Saturday, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm going to leave the bonds on this one where the arresting officer set them. It's $5,000 on the trafficking, $1,000 on the possession and the paraphernalia. That's a total of $7,000.
Yes, sir.
Can somebody tell me, is his other case already on the 10th? Clerk friends, I got 19 CF 1622.
Your Honor, they should be set on the 6th.
The 6th?
Yes, sir.
I'll look for that.
Is that merit or? Alright. So I'll set this one on the 6th, Paul, so it's where your other cases are, alright? Very good. Thank you. And Fitzgerald Johnson. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
7/31/88, sir.
This is a probable cause arrest for a violation of probation. There is probable cause for that arrest. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll point to PD. And just, are you mom?
Yes,
Did you want to speak, or are you just here to see what happens?
yes,
Well, come on forward. If you're going to talk to me, come on forward. I don't want you to yell from the pews. You look like you have better manners than that. I'm going to have you raise your right hand, young lady. Solemnly swear, affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes,
State your name.
Kathy Stanley.
All right, Kathy, what do you want to tell me?
I want to say we came in from Georgia to pick him up, and we didn't know that he couldn't be around my grandson, his nephew. It's totally our fault.
Okay.
So, because we didn't know. If I would have known, I would have stayed home and kept the child.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to have him back. I can't change the no bond,
Yeah.
right? He has to stay in jail. He's going to be back in court on the 10th of December. I appointed the public defender now, so you probably will want to visit the public defender's office,
Okay.
share with them the information, and I would suggest that you be in court anytime he's in
Okay.
court, so you
Yeah.
can share that as well, all right?
Yes.
All right. Are you related to all the Stanley ladies that are down here?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I got a whole crew.
Got married.
Okay. We got a bunch of them down here.
Oh.
All right. So, Fitzgerald, you'll be back in court on the 10th of December. It looks like your mom still loves you, so that's a good thing. All right.
Ask him to forgive me, please, because I didn't.
Oh, Fitzgerald, your mom is asking for forgiveness. But I'll let you all work that out, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you. Travis Gunter. Afternoon, Travis. What's your date of birth?
5/28/82.
Travis, the charge is retail theft. There's probable cause for that charge. State, is this something he can work out today, or is he going to need a lawyer?
Please.
Hey, Travis, don't say a word, all right? Hang on 1 second.
All right, sir.
Just let me...
I can resolve it with 20 days for Hernando County Jail.
Travis, they're offering you 20 days. You got credit for 2. Are you interested in that, or you want to try to bond out instead?
I'll take it.
All right.
Well, is it? Do you get like game time? No.
Yeah, 20 is not long enough to get any game time. So I'll give you 30, but then you got to do 25.
So like 18 more days.
You got 18. Yep.
That's good. I'll take it.
All right. You understand by entering?
I'll take it, sir.
I got you. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, right to have a lawyer represent you, but you're willing to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Very good. As to the charge of retail theft, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept that plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge, sentence you to 20 days, credit 2 days served. Finding court cost is $550 and your cost of incarceration. I will order the restitution for the oil can, whatever that'll be. They'll put through an order, Travis, but that takes care of it. You just need to finish the time, all right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck.